Okay, we're going to break down the song pretty creepy, kind of maybe line by line, page by page. It really depends on the pattern. So this song is all about patterns. So the very first line, you're going to notice that you're playing a G and a D, G, D, G, D, okay? You're always playing F sharp and A sharp in the right hand. So here's my G and D, F sharp and A sharp. And if you take a look at the pattern, how many times are you playing that G and D? 1, 2, 3. So we're just going to count our patterns. So we're going to go 1, there's the first pattern, 1, 2, 3. And you are adding an extra F sharp there. And guess what? You do the exact same thing on the next two measures. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so take a look at the second line. Let's use the same process, finding the patterns. We're always playing F sharp and A sharp. That is very consistent throughout. It's only these left-hand notes that change. Now we're playing C and G. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to do that 3 times. 1, 2, 3. And just playing that F sharp again. All right. Now the second part changes a little bit. I'm going to be playing D and A. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 times this time. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here we go. Next line, we're on the third line. G and D. 1, 2, 3. There's the 3 times again. I see a big pattern. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Next line, it looks like the almost exact same thing. 1, 2, 3. You do one more eighth note here in the right hand, it looks like. So see that instead of holding it out for a half note, I'm playing another eighth note and a quarter note there. So that changed just a little bit. Okay, now the last line, super long. Just count your patterns. So I'm playing C and G. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, I'm going to do that 6 times. That means basically all the way up the piano. Starting on this low C right here, a ledger line C. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And you can't even see. Okay, so there's the 6 times. So there it was. All right, now notice here you're playing F and A sharp one more time, and then you're going down. F sharp, A sharp, G, C. And I'm going to do that pattern 1, 2, 3 times. Okay, so I'm all the way up here. 2, 3. And there we go. Okay, so now let's take a look at the second page, starting on measure 18 up here. So it's kind of again, just like the first page, we're in a pattern. So the first page ended right here. We're just going to move the left hand down to the G right here. So you see that it's like 1 and. So you're playing dun 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 dun. So that's the pattern there. So I'll do that again. Okay, a very similar pattern, but you're going to change the left hand and move to G flat and D flat. Okay, same thing. We're going to move the left hand down a half step again to F. Notice on all those times, the right hand stayed the same and the left hand was what was changing. So let's do measure 22 one more time. Okay, here's where it's going to change just a little bit. So again, we're moving the left hand down, but be sure you watch the right hand because it is changing a little bit here. So measure 24, you might notice that in your right hand, you're changing the bottom note. So there's the E, D sharp, D, C sharp, C. Okay, but the top note is the same. It stays a B the whole time there. So just be aware of that. That thumb is always playing the B. So measure 24. Okay, so there's that part all the way up to the the loco part there, that's the part where it's always playing the B. So you see the pattern kind of stayed the same. That's just going to take a little bit of practice to get the right hand. Be sure pay attention to the 8 VA. Notice right there the C is up an octave there. All of this part is up the octave. So let's start on the loco part. So I'm going to play that C natural again. And my 5 fingers on the B. So now my right hand's going to change just a little bit every now and then. Now my hands are getting close, like that. So just pay attention to the back and forth there, okay? And now we're ready for the last part, which is the same as the first part. Now we're on the top of the 3rd page. Again, the rhythm in the right hand changes every now and then. Okay, so we're almost at the end here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that one went down 4 times. Now, notice this last line, the left hand's always playing G and D. It's going back and forth from this G to this G. But the right hand's always playing F sharp, A sharp. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4. Slow it down a lot. And you're playing an F and a D here. And your last chord is an A sharp and F sharp there. So as you're doing that pattern 4 times, 1, 2, 3, 4. Slow it down. Go, there's the song. So I hope that helped kind of isolate certain parts and helped you realize that it is just a pattern all throughout. Probably this part's going to be the part to practice the most, but it really just depends on what you have the most trouble with. So a lot of fun, great song. So have fun practicing.